Chef Big Mike here, prepping our roast up. It's ready to go in. Alright, so he's got the bouillon. We already put red wine in there, mushrooms, carrots, and the meat has already been prepped with some flour and special seasonings, Big Mike style. And he stabbed it, and I watched him stick some garlic down into the roast. He says this is the special recipe to make it. Meanwhile, I am trimming up the green beans. I already made the potatoes, sliced and diced them. Pie is cooking in the oven while we do all the other prep. Homemade crab stuffing placed into the shrimp. Standing shrimp. We've got the squash going, the beans are going, the potatoes are going. Gravy started, the roll's ready to go in. The roast is still cooking. To another week. After eating all of those delicious treats yesterday on Christmas Day, it's time to get back on track for a new week. Let's take a look at what I'm prepping this week and how I go about tracking it in my book. Hello and welcome back. I'm going to take you through this week's meal plan. So as you know, breakfast changes daily, so I won't be showing you that, but it's typically some form of egg white omelet. For meal 2, which is the one that I have right after the gym, I've got 4 ounces of a lean ground beef, brown rice, and French cut green beans. Meal 3, got 4 ounces of chicken that I baked and I put a little bit of seasonal on, a mixed veggie that was frozen, so it's green beans, wax beans, carrots. And then I have 120 grams of butternut squash that I steamed and I sprinkled cinnamon over. For meal 4 this week, I'm going to be doing a wrap. I really like these low carb wraps. They come in a variety of flavors. This one is a sun-dried tomato. I also like the green one, which is I think a veggie wrap. They have whole wheat and all kinds of flavors. Just check them out. But what will go in that is 2 tablespoons of red pepper hummus that I've already pre-measured. 1 cup of fresh baby spinach, and then I've got 4 ounces of that baked chicken that I had baked all at once. So that will be meal 4. Meal 5 this week, I'll be doing tuna. I came across a sale where solid white albacore packed in water was on ad, so I went ahead and I've got 4 ounces of tuna in here with 2 tablespoons of light sour cream, cracked black pepper, and all I'm going to be doing is putting them into iceberg lettuce wraps. So I just cored the head and cut it into quarters, and then I peeled off a thick layer, so I'll be able to make like a little lettuce boat out of it. And then my final meal, I'll probably be having an egg white omelet. So I've gone ahead and I've prepped up diced mushrooms and diced red pepper that I can toss in there. And as you know, I keep on hand turkey sausage crumbles and the like to be able to spice that up and change it nightly if I like. Or I could do a protein ice cream. I may do that. Depends if I want something warm or something cool. So that is this week's meal prep. Let's take a look at how I track that in my book. Okay guys, so this is the weekly portion of my planner, and this is actually where I capture what I actually eat every day. So what I do at the beginning of the week is I go ahead and I write some columns across the top. So you can see that I've gone ahead and I've labeled it breakfast and then meal 2 through meal 6 respectively. And then I've written in what I'm having for every meal. So that's the food that I just prepped today on Sunday night, or actually in this case Monday night. So that isn't going to change. I'm going to eat those same things, meals 2 through 6, every single day. And then breakfast does change daily for me, but what I do is I go ahead and I think about what I'm gonna eat tomorrow morning, tonight, and I write it in tonight. So when I get up in the morning, I don't have to be slowed down with worrying about that. So you can see here, I'm going to be having a 6 egg white scramble with turkey sausage crumbles, and then I'm gonna have 1 slice of Ezekiel toast and smash 30 grams of avocado on it. And then I'll be drinking my pre-workout along with that. I'll be heading to the gym, and then I'll drink my B
BCAAs while I'm at the gym. So I've already written those beverages in as well. And what I will do as the day goes on is I will track my drinks. Typically I drink mostly water, so I'll be writing in water or Crystal Light water. And that's just to make sure that I obtain my goal in hydration. And then if I eat any additional things, since I'm not cutting, I'm in my off season, I do allow in my planning for some additional calories. And that's just so that I can feel like I have some flexibility. So if you watch my egg story, you probably know that most days I come home from the gym and I eat a chocolate rice cake smeared with some peanut butter, and sometimes there's a little Ready Whip on top of it. So that's something that I'll write in pencil, and I'll circle it. That way I can be sure to add it into my FitnessPal app, because when the day is over, I'm going to go ahead and add up all of the calories, and I track my total calories, my total macronutrients, so my protein, my carbs, and my fats, as well as my fiber and my sodium. And then I will track my macro split. And all that is the ratio of calories that are protein, carbs, and fat. And I like to stick to a 50-30-20 split as much as possible. So that's 50% of my calories coming from protein, 30% coming from carbs, and 20% coming from fats. So I will track what I actually hit each day, and I usually get pretty close to that. So you can see I haven't filled in any of the rest of the week. What I'll do is I'll just draw a line down. And then, as I said, if there's anything additional that I eat, I'll write it in and circle it, and then I'll add that up for that day. Okay, so here's a look at what I do. I just kind of write the arrows. And you can see that on Saturday there, I didn't bring the arrows down for meal 4, 5, and 6, because typically that is when Big Mike and I go out to eat. So I will be capturing that, and I'll be tracking those macros as well, so I can see, what I eat on my cheat meal day. Okay, here's an example of how I use the monthly portion of my planner. So in each day, I go ahead and I just write my workout in. You can see the number of sets, the reps, and the weight that I was doing. And then also I'll capture if I did cardio that day as well. This way I can look back through previous months or previous weeks and make sure that I'm progressing. I should be increasing my reps or increasing the weight. The last couple reps should be getting more difficult. And if they're not, it's time to go up. So that's just to give you an example. This one's a couple months old because you can actually read the writing. So I thought it might be helpful if you could actually see what I was writing. I'll show you a complete month.
All right, and there's a quick glimpse of one that's completed. So you can see it's tiny writing, and we fill it all in, and I capture everything, and even set up what I want for my goals right there on the top, so I can look at that and have a little reminder.
Okay guys, this is how I travel. I bring a cooler with me every day. Here's a couple of options. The one here on the left is a Fitmark bag, and it will hold 4 meals and 4 waters for me. It has a spot for ice packs in it, so it will keep your food cool. And then the one here on the right, the black one, a little more flashy, it's the one that I tend to use for work because it looks dressier, it looks a bit more like a purse. This is a 6-pack bag, and it will hold 4 meals, and it can hold up to 6 waters up on the very top there. So let me take a look at each with you. Okay, so if you take a look here at the Fitmark bag, it does come with its own containers, and you can fit 4 of those ones. But what I actually do is I buy the less expensive Walmart branded Rubbermaid, and you can stack up 4 here, which will allow you to get 4 waters, because this will slide over and you'll have those 2 plus 2 more here, and then you'll have your square portions here. That's how I make it work. Now the ice packs in this are actually behind the containers in the back, so it does keep them nice and cool, so no worries there. Now if we move over here and take a look at the 6-pack bag, you can see there 4 meals fit right in there. It does hold an ice pack above each and an ice pack here on the front door, and it zips shut. And then what I do is I put the waters up here in the top.